This is Five of Swords. And I sometimes call this card picking up the pieces. So what it tells me is that there's something that may have ended recently. There's something that the sun is setting on, and that's usually some sort of battle or conflict or crisis. And what Five of Swords is about is picking up the pieces, picking up the rewards, the spoils, the bounty that is laying on that battlefield or that battleground after the battle has been completed. And because it's swords that are being picked up, it is experience, it is knowledge, it's thoughts, ideas that may be learned or gathered from whatever has happened here in this battle that's gone on. So what it's saying is that even though something may have ended, though there was some sort of crisis, something that was in conflict, what are the lessons? What are the experiences? What's the knowledge that you can gather from this and learn from? So what are the rewards and spoils? Even though it wasn't fun to go through this, what can you collect and take from this experience that is, or sort of like the silver lining, or the knowledge that is to be gained from that thing happening? Because with that sword energy, that does put you in a good position. That does put you into Six of Wands. And this card is all about triumph. It's about the rescuer. It's the guy who comes in on the white horse. He's got the victory laurel here. He's the guy who kind of saves the day. And this card is about being recognized, having status, having a reputation, being acknowledged for who you are, being looked upon as being like the guy who, or the woman who is in success, in victory, in triumph. So use these thoughts, experiences, knowledge gained from the battles that you've been through to put yourself in this position as the guy who rides in on the horse after the battle and says, I've secured this, I've won, I've triumphed, I've gotten the victory from the knowledge that you've collected. It also shows that you're very interested in what the truth of the matter is. This is Hermit, which is all about casting off the spoils of life. You know, even though there may be a lot of status and recognition here, Hermit really wants to know, he's not really concerned about status or victory or triumph or any of that. He wants to know the truth. He wants to know what's real, what is behind everything, what is, if I strip away everything else, what's left? And that's what is symbolized by this lantern that he holds up. This is the truth that he's holding up for everyone to see. So even though this may be a progression that you go through, Capricorn, at the beginning of December, you're going to be really interested in what the real truth of the matter is. And you may want to separate yourself off from others in order to find out what that truth is, to kind of get quiet in by yourself, you know, go on retreat in some way, and listen to what your inner self is saying, because these have to do with like the open battlefield and success and gaining knowledge from it, but this really has to do with looking within. So that's showing up with you. You're going to need to do that, Capricorn, in order to gain your strength back, because it's saying that there's some way in which your strength is being compromised or challenged, or that you're not connecting with your own strength right now. This can sometimes in the reverse position mean impatience, because strength in the upright position means patience, endurance, having fortitude, being able to get through things that require strength and courage. When it's in the reverse position, there's some sort of challenge, fear, resistance, non-engagement with your own strength, with your own endurance, your own ability to withstand things. So, and perhaps an inability to be patient with things and with yourself, and not connecting with your own courage. So I'm going to say, have courage, you know, see what it is that you're fearful of, or that is zapping your strength, that is draining your strength. Connecting with the truth is going to be helpful for you. By looking within, you may you may be impatient to find out the truth, is what these two looking away from each other are saying to me. This one's interested in the truth. This one may be being impatient, not having courage to look things squarely in the eye. You're going to have to take some time. It may take some time for the truth to unfold for you. You may have to do whatever it takes to have courage to look at the truth. Sometimes the truth isn't always pretty. So see what you need to do to re-engage with your strength, with your courage, with your patience and fortitude. That's going to help you, Capricorn. In the middle of the month, I see that, interesting, you have 2 pages here, and then you have a king. You've got the Page of Cups looking away from the Page of Swords. What this tells me is that your heart and your mind might be in different places. This card could very well be you, Capricorn. This is King of Coins, so this is usually an earth sign like Capricorn yourself, or Virgo or Taurus. And this is usually the entrepreneur. This is the master of money. This is the person who's at the top of his game. He's usually a good financial advisor. He makes good business decisions. So I'm actually reading this as you, Capricorn, but I'm seeing that your mind and your heart may be going in different directions. This pages represent optimism. They represent enthusiasm and willingness to be open to something. So this is openness towards the heart and enthusiasm and engagement with the heart. This is optimism, enthusiasm about the mind and decision making. So what I'm seeing with this is that there may be a way in which your heart does not want to go through like the daily grind of grinding it out. This is 8 of Coins, which means like workmanship. It's the artisan card often. It means like whistling while you work, enjoying your work, and reaping the financial benefits of your work. Normally Capricorns can relate to this, but right now your heart is not in your work. I'm seeing that. You're feeling maybe like a little bit of burnout. I'm tired of sitting at this workbench. I want something different. My heart says this, but my mind says I need to do this to become this financially adept person. How can you reconcile these two? They're looking away from each other. How can you reconcile your heart with your mind? Your mind is very sharp and good. He makes good financial business decisions. How, though, can you honor what your heart is saying about, like, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of just grinding it out. Even though I'm making money, perhaps, I'm not enjoying this anymore. This is not fun anymore. So how can you get these two to talk? Get your mind and your heart to work it out. They can find a compromise. These two don't have to be exclusive. You can still end up here. You may just have to employ some youthful, really a good word that I'm getting for you, because you've got 3 pages here actually. Employ some youthful energy. Remember what turned you on as a kid. This card is often infatuation. What made you joyful? What made your heart leap as a teenager? Employ that. Make that part of your work. And boy, it can be financially rewarding for you. And it can also be in line with what your principles are, your vision, your devotion to a cause. So check that out, Capricorn. Consider that. You don't have to grind things out that you don't like. You can still be financially prosperous and pursue a cause that you like. You just have to get your heart and your mind in alignment. And believe it or not, your youth, your past, what made you feel joyful and youthful is going to be really beneficial to you. You have 3 pages here. Youthful energy. Well, look to your teenage years and see what caused you to be excited, what caused you to have drive, what caused you to have excitement, enthusiasm, willingness, openness. It's like it's there waiting for you. It's like a treasure chest in your past that will give you clues about how you can break open again. And you're there. You're still going to be a successful business person. You still have someone on your side. If this isn't you, Capricorn, this is someone who can give you good financial advice. This is like a investment broker, or even just like a sage or a teacher or a mentor regarding money. This is someone who's got good business savvy. So rely on them. If you feel like this isn't you, look to another person who is King of Coins energy. You do have Knight of Swords here and Emperor here surrounding this Page of Wands. This is willing to become new again at something. This is willing to become the new initiate. This is willing to step off of, if you have been feeling like expert level on something, this is willing to start fresh, to start anew, become a new student. This is like young grasshopper energy. And he's surrounded by mentors. So he's got the Knight of Swords. This could be an air sign. So like this could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, who could be helpful. This could be a teacher or a master who's helping you become new in terms of being a new student of something. And you've got Emperor, who is like another master. He's the head of the top of the line, you know, he's the most masculine, fatherly card of the deck. And he's all about discipline. He's about, you know, following the rules, command of the self, doing things in an ordered, rigid, structured way. And that can be good. You're looking to him for advice, for counsel. So rely on these mentors that you have surrounding you, Capricorn, especially when it comes to you having this new, fresh energy, this new willingness to be a student. You got two great people advising you. Lean on them for information, especially this one who's like a mental advisor. He's got more experience, or he's sort of where you want to head. And then this guy too is going to help you. Emperor is an authority. He is the person who enforces the rules, enforces the law. So this could be like a boss. This could be a father figure. This could be someone who has the type of success that you want to achieve. At the end of the month, look around for your mentors, the people who you want to emulate. They're there, like at your sides, wanting to help you. And be open. Be open is what Page of Wands says. Be open. Be enthusiastic. Be willing. Be willing to be like a new beginner. And then at the end of the month, Capricorn, you have moon energy. And moon means a couple of things too. Moon means letting feelings from the subconscious world come up for evaluation between the wild side of yourself and the domesticated side of yourself. That's the wolf and the dog that we see here. I kind of call it like left brain and right brain. But the crab or the lobster here represents deep subconscious emotional feelings that are just, you know, having the ability and the safety to come up during this light of the moon, you know. So in the soft, gentle light of the night, not the harsh, bright light of day, but letting subconscious feelings bubble up, things that may have been sitting in this pool of emotion that it hasn't been safe for it to come up, but it is now. And it's assessment between what's real and what's not real. The moon is a card of illusion. It's a card of testing out what's real, what's not real, what's permanent, what is fleeting, what is true for you, what is not true for you, and seeing, like, does this appeal to both sides of me? Does this appeal to my left brain and my right brain? Is this something that I can integrate? Is this something that is just a fleeting feeling from the wild side? Or am I repressing my feelings on the dog side? Am I becoming too domesticated? So moon energy really has to do with establishing a safe space for those subconscious emotional feelings to come up for assessment of what's true, what's not true. What do I really feel? What feelings are not mine? So that's towards the end of the month for you, Capricorn. And I'm kind of getting an echo, by the way, from this moon and this coin here for King of Coins. So for those of you who are in counseling fields or have to do with things that are assessment of the emotions, it could be very lucrative for you. But this could also be more personal for you. I'm not sure how that goes, but that's the information that's coming up for me.